So hi everyone, now we will be creating a data type for the hotel booking which we already created as a case type. So why do I need a data type over here is, so I want to reuse those properties with example person details, like when I say guest, right? So guest can be a number of guests, right? So you can add them into the case type. So which is used for reusability purpose. So what I do is I go with the data type where data type consists of related information. So data type has some related information, like for example if I say customer will have first name, last name. So these are all called as related information, so contains some data elements in it. Okay, so those we call it as data type. So for that we have to create a data type. Why to create a data type? So as actually these are talking about a data. So what we do is in Pega we will separate our data and also the process separate, means we will do them in a separate way. So that's why for data we have to create a data type which comes under a data class. Okay, so case type comes under work class, this data types comes under data class, and where these data classes can be used in your work classes or in your case types, whichever case type it is, you can just reuse them. Okay, you can just refer the data types, so the reusability happens in Pega. So now we will create one data type. So we want guest, right? So click on data types first. So you can see data objects and integrations over here. Select, click on add data object. So here we are saying data object, data type are one and the same. Okay, in App Studio you might be saying it as data type, but in Dev Studio you will say it as data type. So what data type you want? So I want guess. Okay, so I'll take data model as guess. So do you want to create a source now itself, or do you want to create later? Okay, so define source data, you are going to create sources. No, I do not want to create any source now. So what happens when I say no means there would be no external database or external SOR is not available for you. So okay, so I'll just go with the later. So when I select later, can you see again now this external system, right, to which system you want to create, that will be not showing to you. So I'm just going with the later. Even in the data type also you can create data model using spreadsheet, as we did in case types in the previous video which we have seen. In the create model using spreadsheet is there, right? So same way here also you can select this and click on next. So when you click on next, it will ask the same thing, choosing the file. It can be an XLS file or .csv file, where that file should contain all the columns. So I am not going to that. So let me cancel it. Again I'll create guest. So I do not want to source the data now, so I'll just click on next, submit. So once I submit, it creates a data type or a data object for me. So once a data object or a data type is created, you have to add all the properties inside it. So let me click on add field and add the properties. So what properties you will have in this? I'll have first name, last name, right? So I'll go with first name. Okay, first name which is of text, and you can submit and add here, and you can go with the last name. Okay, so you can, what you may understood or you may want to know what is there under advanced, so you can just click on advanced and see the number of characters which you can use in your last names. Okay, so the max length in your last name is 256. You can change that to 13, 20, 40. It's up to you. Whatever data dictionary, whatever your project requirements are, you can just make into that particular length. Instead of taking 256, you can restrict. If I say it is 25, then your last name will not have more than 25 characters. So I'm just taking with the number of characters as 25. Okay, and I'm submitting other one. So I submitted that first name, last name is selected, and now I'll go with the date of birth. Email ID should be what? Email ID should be email. So let me check email. Yes, email is there. And submit another. I'll take contact info also. Contact info. So contact info will be phone. So let me take phone, and then I'll add location. Okay, so from where this guest is coming from, you can add location here. Okay, so you can also ask proof of the proof, I mean address proof, or identity proof also. You can even add that, so we will see that later. Okay, so let me first save this into the guest and save it. So this is how you will add data model into your data type into the guest. Now we have to reuse this, right? So to reuse this, I'll go to the data type and click on hotel booking. So in the hotel booking, select the tour details we have done. So in the collect guest info, I'll click on configure view and add a field saying that guest info. So now whenever I'm saying it is a guest info is what? Guest info contains again some other properties in it. Okay, so for that what we need to do now is we need to know what is a property in Pega. Okay, so that we'll be discussing, but currently as it is having multiple properties in it, I'll go with the type data relationship in 8.5. okay, so I'll take data relationship. So in data relationship, what is the target? Target is data object. What is the object? Guest. So do you want to add multiple guest or individual guest? Means if we want to add multiple guests, right? So those multiple guests, how many are there? Those many things you need to add over here. So I'll go with the multiple records. So if it is only single record, then you will go with single record. If it is multiple records, you'll go with the multiple records and submit. And submit, save, and save this. Okay, let me click on save and run. Okay, so this is the first record, and then continue, and in the continue I am adding the details. Okay, contact info, date of birth, email ID, first name, last name. We can change these, you can rearrange these